Hello, this is Glenn Phelan, my9way.com. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to talk about balancing the global debt. And I'll just ask you a question. If the gold price increases, does the debt decrease? And the answer to that is no. So what are the other choices for this financial reset of ours? Can we forgive all debt all around the world? That's not likely. The American system uses debt to control everything. Americans would prefer to deflate debt, if you watch what's going on in the podcasts around the world, and Americans want to balance debt by revaluing gold. So that's what we're being told anyway. But of course, what does that do? Does it reduce their debt or get rid of their debt? No, it doesn't. So what else can we do? We can reduce debt. So reduce debt is interesting. It's like getting Doge in there to pull it all apart and work out where we're spending and what we're doing. But the trouble is we've already got a massive debt that we can't pay for now. So the only thing that makes sense, and I don't know whether I'm the only one that seems to understand this, but what you've got to do is actually introduce credit into the system that is not debt based. So you've got to bring a needs based monetary system, or a needs based currency back into the system, which would not only reduce the debt but would put all the countries back into profit. So they would have no more debt. So imagine if you had 330 million people in America, and they all received the 275,000 credits that Karmic Credits offers. And if you were to do that, and even all the little kids took out an account at the same time, that would equate to 90,750 billion, which would get rid of their debt and give them money to actually do something with. And the thing with that is, if it's capped, so if you cap the system to the amount of people in each country, then things change and they work differently. So this would happen. People now become worth their weight in gold. So each time a person even moves into the country and opens an account, that helps the government. So now we're not going to grizzle about we haven't got enough houses or haven't got enough things. We can actually create it because we're all out of debt. We're all in credit. An interesting world when that happens, wouldn't it? So every time somebody opens a 275,000 credit account, that's allowed to be deducted from the actual national debt. And you do that for every country, and it's fair all the way around. So this not only removes all debt, but leaves each country in credit. So, as with capital controls, to keep governments in check, the more people the country has, the more money that's going to be introduced into the system through the people. Now, it's one of those things where government expenditure after that, because it's capped by the growth of the people, they will not be able to create any more money. So therefore, if they go and waste money willy-nilly all over the place and don't create projects that fill their coffers, then they'll end up with no money, and it doesn't matter how many more people will come into the system. They're not going to have any money to do anything. And of course this system, because it's a credit based system where the money doesn't need to repay, there is no taxes. So now the governments are going to have to do the right thing by the people in future. So do we revalue gold, or do we introduce the needs based karmic credit trading system into society? So this is just something we all should be talking about, because we're at the precipice where you can have gold in one hand and debt in the other, but just because they balance out doesn't mean that that's not going to stop these central banks from borrowing more and more money and doing the same thing over again. So it's got to be changed, completely changed. So anyway, this is Glenn Phelan, ManineWay.com. Thank you very much.